Hello and welcome YouTube. Right, straight off the bat, going to just let you know, I'm afraid my audio is going to suffer again a touch because I have with me my good friend
Paul.
And as we know, Paul's got that beautiful rich voice that you all love so much. I've heard your feedback, you know, you might not leave it in the comments, you bums. Come on, leave me some comments. But those of you who have contacted with me in real life give me plenty of feedback. We like Paul. So yeah, he's with us. He's got the prime position right next to the mic because he's a bit quieter than me. Oh, look at that, sexy. And I'm just trying to make my voice carry a bit, shouting over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Right, we have Paul in the driving seat right now. We are playing ZombiU. Now this is, you know, classic zombie game with a bit of a twist. It's set in England, which is a rare environment.
To most of the other games, most of them are America
or fictional or whatever. Whereas this is real London. I can tell you, we've been to these places. This is what they look like. It's quite, to the English especially, it's extra scary. Yeah, it's extra scary though, isn't it? Because it's real, sort of. You know, it's made that much more real.
Yeah, it's not like it's just a fictional place. Anyway, carrying on.
Yes, go ahead. So here we go.
Want chicken?
And of course we don't. Get rid of that. No, standard. Come on.
Standard.
We actually tried a little switch around earlier before we started recording. We were trying to look to see if there was a hard mode. Now, before you say, yes, we know there's a survival mode, but that means that once you're dead, you are dead. We'll be quiet for a second because we didn't turn on subtitles.
This fog of death will cloak the land, and those men who are not prepared will succumb to its foul clutches. For God shows no mercy on those who heed not his words. Thus will the end come, and the world, made unworthy in his eyes, will be purified by black angels, so that he may begin anew.
So yes, that's a lot of the talking. We've got some more cutscene here. I'll let you enjoy that whilst we chime back in. So we are playing this in a mode where we can continue the story even if we die. Our progress will be entirely reset. It will be, you know, there's a big mountain to climb should we die, but we'll use those moments as controller switch-offs, probably. Yeah. So you may end up seeing both of us, but I'm quietly confident Paul has the skills to pull through perhaps a one-man run, the whole thing. Do you think?
Possibly.
The potential's there.
The potential's there. The only trouble is there are a few places where it's really tricky, and I won't spoil it.
Yes, you.
We're being bidded into Shadwell Station.
Follow my voice.
Beckoned in, even, I should say.
Don't just stand there gawping. Hurry.
Very London accents, yeah. Right, don't forget, it's you off the bat, so no scratching your ass, you gotta go.
Run. Oh god. Flashbacks of like...
Can you hit pause right now? Is that function? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's get those subs on. Options?
Absurd.
Yeah, that's the one. Subtitles. Yes, please.
Yes.
Done. Done and done.
There we go.
And away we go.
I hope this is the right way. I mean...
I think there's only one way at the very original. This is equivalent to tutorial.
It is, but it's just...
Still got a bit more fun.
It's just... I'm having flashbacks of all the horrors that are in store.
Yes.
I mean...
Dun.
I don't even... Okay, I do have my light.
Dun dun.
It's not too far now.
Dun dun. Dun dun.
If I go quiet, it's because I'm...
Oh, absolutely. There'll be moments in this game for sure where we'll both go quiet with anticipation.
I mean,
that's what makes it better. People, they're here. If we've got people watching this series, they're here. They're here for the horror experience.
I hate that sound.
Yeah, that's my zombie impression.
So this game is really... I'm not sure if I said this before, but really up my street. I'm not into a big lot of scary games, but I love
This one
zombies,
hits the spot.
and this one hits the spot. It always gets me,
Gets
my
you-
heart pumping.
Blood pumping, yeah.
As soon as I hear those sounds, I'm like, ah! And I start kind
There's
of
some
like
proper-
panicking.
They create tension very well.
As the game goes on, you get more and more equipment, and it gets a little bit easier. But as you can see, we are now kind of like in the home base. We've got a little bit of like workbench.
When you first start here, it does not feel safe. Like you're sure something's
And
going.
when this comes up, it obviously, since we're on the gamepad, I'm not sure.
Right, so yeah, let me fill you in about that. There are moments here where you do some gamepad exclusive business. So it's just things like viewing a map, etc. It's not really going to your viewing experience shouldn't really suffer. Pardon me. So sorry, I've been drinking energy drink right now.
So now we're just loading like our base.
Yep.
At the moment, I am turning on the generator.
Now you can see what you're doing.
So we can have a bit of light.
Oh, look at those beautiful urinals.
Oh.
You want to just take a moment to yourself, Paul?
Well, I'm gonna go in the men. No,
that's the girls.
That's the ladies.
That's the
Oh,
ladies.
it's
Get
even
out,
better.
you perv.
Even better. It's all to myself. So you get a new character every time you die.
Oh look, someone's having a good time.
Oh, we need that backpack.
Something else you can use. That backpack is a bob.
Here we go.
Yeah, who came up with the name Bob?
What's inside?
Backpack is a Bob.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
looks
kind of
a
like
backpack to me.
I don't know really. It's kind of like the same idea who came up with the
Survival
name
kit.
Pip on Fallout and stuff like that. You know,
Ah, see, I've not played Fallout. I know you're big into it, but
I think it's called a Pip Boy or something like that. But close all these doors because paranoia. And,
oh yes, Paul used to love to make me like wet myself by just leaving a long trail of doors open behind him when we used to play this. I remember that very well. I'd be like, Paul, come on!
and I'd be like, no, I can't. I don't
Too
need
boss.
to.
Go on, pick up the
Right.
bucket, man.
So
Don't be
this
squealing.
is
John Doe.
John Doe. He was
Dead on entry.
another survivalist that obviously got a little bit unlucky. And now I will strike him down. This is your...
Oh, look at that! Look, oh, you should have just. Oh, you should have just held it so we could have seen that cracked skull and a bit of brain for a little while longer.
Well, I'm sure they will get a lot of use for it. Ooh, handgun. Good. So
right now, Paul, to look in this bag, Paul is having to check the Wii U gamepad, which means his eyes are off the screen, which is precisely the design of, you know, you
As you
actually
can see.
really have the panic. Like right now, he has to look down at a tablet on, on his lap, and so he's really got the panic, like the character sort of shows, of what's going on around me, sort of thing. So yeah, it is.
you get a little bit of like, looking behind you, kind of like things to see if
Yes.
anyone's chasing you.
Yeah, but well, what's in front of you, you don't know as well. Like, it's sort of sure it shows behind you, but you're never gonna get 360 vision, are you?
And then every now and again, I will have to wait in the dark for my rechargeable light to come back.
Oh, I haven't turned on the timer. So yes, me and Paul mentioned that we're probably going to run this first one a bit long, but this series is probably going to consist of 10-minute or so, 10 to 15-minute episodes. Is how we're going to play it, because I think that's just going to be easier for people to fit into breaks and whenever they're actually watching this. At school, at home, whenever. It just seems to be a slightly easier method for a lot of people.
This one's from a supermarket near you. But the more eyes you have, the better. There's more cameras at that location, so I'll walk you through hacking them.
So throughout these stages, he's just talking about these boxes you hack into, and it gives you like the mini map, and it allows you to find supplies, because it's like a free roam kind of game, but it's got levels in it that are kind of like set. So that, but you can just, it's not like Zelda where you can just literally walk around the world. It's just like you go from one zone to the next zone kind of thing.
It makes me think of just to bring it up to a AAA game today.
Yeah.
Would be like Dark Souls 1, I mean.
Yeah.
You know, where there's a huge interconnected world that you could just travel from point A right through to point Z, but there are lots of shortcuts between them all, and then there's all the hub routes to go back. You know, there are a couple out the way zones that can't be travelled to, except actually no, everything must be travelable by foot, because you can only unlock the shortcuts by getting there on foot. So yes, so everything must be interconnected one way or another.
So now
As I seem to remember.
is like you can.
So let me just talk about some of my disappointments in this game. I don't like games that, I mean, maybe it's necessary, but you know when something's got that sort of glint, that shine, like, oh look, I'm an interactive object sort of thing.
Yeah.
I like it to feel like I've found that this is working sort of thing, and if I go up to it and it has no interaction tool, then clearly I'm, it doesn't work for me yet.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather not notice something for ages and ages and ages, and one day be like, oh my god, this is actually a thing I can do.
So as you can see, as I'm shining this around, this is like the gamepad. It basically allows you to scan things. So I've just scanned over there an infected zombie, and you know he's alive because you just scanned him, and he's gonna.
Oh, so now it's got a little red marker above him, so we.
So you can just look
but
through.
When it says infected, do we know that he's alive?
Yeah,
Or
it will not. It will not. Oh. See what I mean about this?
Are you sure that other guy comes alive?
Oh, God, lady. You dead?
No, she is not. She is twitching like
Okay,
a...
she is dead.
There you go. I think she's done now. Okay then. Well, we'll just give him a second.
Okay, so you can scan them, but they...
'Cause I think he's well and truly dead. I'm gonna pop his skull just for
for
safety.
good measure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember as much as I do about this game. You can scan infected to see if they're, if they've got anything on them, but they don't necessarily mean they're actually dead. It's just best to go around popping everybody that you find, because if you so happen to come, leave them alive, and then they just come alive and surround you, then you're probably in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Well, one thing I do want to just... Sorry, this is just on my mind quickly for a second, Paul. Really, really do leave us some feedback on this video, or the next couple of ones. We're going to record about 5 or something like that tonight, so we'll have those going out on the channel no matter what. But on one of the videos, please let us know if you want us to continue this series, because we won't pursue this one if there's not, a desire for it. Lovers we kind of enjoy because we are brand new to it, but we have done this game before, so if you guys aren't into it, then there's just no point continuing, and we could move on to something else that might pique your interest. Lovers will continue, by the way. We're not done with that, but, we just thought we'd change it up a bit, give the channel a bit more variety.
Yeah.
Right?
From one side of happy, joyful
Yeah, absolutely
love
bright
to
colours.
the very next dark, spooky,
Now, this
creepy.
hallway, I love this hallway, so let's just have a bit of ambience
I
here.
helped them fortify places like this,
Go on, go for it.
because we knew this was coming.
You know there's trouble. And when you ping your radar here, don't forget you can ping it manually right now.
Oh,
You can see, you can see that there's those creatures on the radar. So right now we've got 2 red dots blinking on the radar when Paul manually taps it. So we know there's something alive and moving around here. But it's just rats. So you don't know. Sometimes it's a bird, but it could just as well be a zombie. So you've got to really be on your toes at all times.
It only picks up movement or live
Yeah.
stuff. So if they're lying down pretending to be dead, then
They will be skipped by it because
they
they're
will
not
be
moving.
skipped until they start moving. There are upgrades in this where it goes off automatically, kind of like things. So it's like a sonar that just happens all the time. But that's in the later games. You know, you get upgrades for surviving as long. It's a lot harder in the beginning to actually.
Oh, we haven't got the any of the pretty upgrades of the bats. You know, on my account, I've got like the hula girl bat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That always makes me feel, you know, if I'm feeling a bit down and I've got a little hula girl, I feel all right.
A little bit of love in my life. So just checking out.
Are you sure there was? I think there's a bit more in there. Right, you skipped. Pretty sure there's one room in there that I was waiting to get you. There's also some upgrades to the handgun upgrades.
I'm sure I'll come back.
I'm sure you will. Yeah.
So as you can see, London Bridge, St. Paul's.
Oh,
all
Paul,
the-
you're in this game.
Oh yeah, I'm a saint apparently now. So here we are. Scan the box. On my screen, there's just blankness. I have no
Got
minimap.
no map, no nothing. You've got to
All
go
I have
find
is-
the CCTV surveillance box, don't you?
All I have is like the pinging thing,
See as well as
and
anyone. There's no cure for this.
there's no cure. I just dislike how I like the fact that you can loot bodies and stuff like that quite quickly and easily. But for looking through all the things, it takes you in there, and it's just like, well, that really kind of
What
like.
do you mean? So phrase that again for me. I have no idea
Well,
what you're
you
trying
can
to say.
like search bodies.
I'll get that for
But
you.
you don't like searching all the boxes and chests
Yeah.
and stuff.
So you just walk up to.
because a lot of them have nothing, don't
have
they?
nothing. So I'm going to be constantly having.
But I
to-
think that's the idea. It's to put you into these scenarios where you know you
But then
aren't
why
ready
would
to
they
fight.
allow you to use the scanner thing to just,
Yeah, I know. I kind of feel like the scanner shouldn't solve everything, and you can hear monsters. But for their enjoyment, scan things less in terms of, because they don't get to see what's going on there. Go up and check boxes manually a little bit
Okay.
more. I think it will make better watching.
Okay.
And it'll give you reason to like travel to certain areas, which will, you know, increase the danger. Yeah, it's gonna be here. So whenever you hear that, no zombie noise is ever just ambience. If you hear a zombie, there is a zombie.
Nothing on the radar. God, this game is so.
And
Okay.
it's still light outside. It's still creepy.
Noise does attract them.
Yes. Yeah, so shooting a gun, it's very Walking Dead. In fact, it's almost exactly the principles of Walking Dead, isn't it?
Now I am going to have to scan that box up there. If there is a box up there.
Right, pause, hold it, stay where you are, boy. That there is the end of our first episode. So thank you very, very much, guys. We will see you next time, continuing our little mish.
Yep.
Okay, so ciao.
Bye.